Hey guys, this is Eli. I'm not doing the text thing because I'm a little lazy right now, and I just want to get this video out. Um, this is the second Ranger alignment thing. We are splitting this up into multiple parts because this took way too long to actually record. Uh, I don't really know how many parts. We're not done yet, but we will. We'll be done when we'll be done. Um, So remember to like, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube things, and comment just to see if I want to gauge the audience for this, whatever. And also, we're planning a 10th anniversary, 10th milestone anniversary thing, maybe soon. I need to work out the details, but we're planning it.
All right, YouTube. Welcome to the Delta Base Ranger Arrangement Episode 2,
Yes,
the Saban era.
yes, the Saban era, and also this is our 10th subscriber special.
Milestone. Yay! Yay. It is actually really good to know that at least, at least a good like 7 or 8 other people are, listening into us and, actually pay enough attention to not just trust it to show up in their feed.
Well, we did have some randos that subscribe to us randomly, not just people we know, which is good. Um,
Yep, it is.
yeah, yeah. I for I guess for full. I'm probably gonna split this one up into two parts, just to see how that does. See if that does better or worse.
Yep.
Um,
Probably easier to edit as well.
well, this is not for editing. This is just like I'm saying. Like this whole thing is easy to edit. Um, just because there's barely any editing involved. I add like two clips, maybe fix up some minor stuff, and also hopefully the audio is good this time.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. All right, so War Smith, explain the name of the game.
So, like last time, what we'll be doing is we will be ranking the various Rangers from this time the Neo Saban era, not the Neo Saban era, the Saban era.
No, that's
That would be Lost Galaxy, Lost Galaxy through what's the Wild Force,
yeah,
using the D&D alignment chart system. This is a 3x3 chart using the axes of from left to right, lawful, neutral, chaotic, and up and down using good from up to down, good, neutral, evil. A I was going to think of an example to lead in with this, but there are plenty of good ones, and you will, I guess, just watch us and get a feel for how this works.
but if you want to bet,
Have you seen the
you know,
previous?
if you want an example prior, just watch the last video.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Yeah,
hey, you saw the last video in the series. Well, this is technically a part 2. So what are you doing here?
and which will be split into two parts probably.
Yeah.
So enjoy the right whatever. We'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
We'll figure it out.
Yep.
All right, now let's get into this with Lost Galaxy and Leo. Hey, sorry about that, guys. Technical difficulties. That's always fun.
Yep, it is. Because life always goes perfectly.
Life always goes perfectly.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. So Leo.
Leo.
Um So once again, this is starting off strong because here we're definitely starting to see one of the sort of strengths that the Saban era had over the previous Zordon era. And that is that Leo is, I think, arguably a much more interesting character than pretty much any of the previous Zordon era Rangers.
Well, he sneaks on to the. I was gonna say Promethea, but he sneaks on to Terraventure, and you know he's not exactly like 100% straight and narrow right away.
Yeah. So the question is though, is that enough, and is he enough through the series to quantify him all the way to be shifted into chaotic good as opposed to neutral new good, which is where pretty much all the other Rangers until now have been.
No, he's still his character is very much still true blue hero. I mean, he's more interesting, but he's not exactly he's still he's still the
Very
Red
much
Ranger. You
straight,
know what I mean?
straight now. I mean, yeah, but you could have Red Rangers that fall into other alignments. I can't. I could think of maybe one at least from a later era that does so.
Well,
Maybe two.
I meant like the stock Red Ranger.
Yeah, and we'll definitely have a couple of stock Red Rangers at least for a while.
Yeah.
Um, but just on the face of it, you already see that the Saban era is just simply already willing to go further and to more interesting places with its characters.
Right.
It's like, think about it. It's literally a ranger that, even though one of the things we see is him do something good, one of his major first things on screen is quite literally committing an unlawful act. So that's kind of interesting.
I always like kind of assumed that he went to Bulk's quarters. I mean Skull's quarters because Skull never woke up.
That would be an interesting idea to think that he's essentially just bulking and bunking in the room next door to Bulk.
I kind of like assumed that because he's just yeah. I mean, where else would he go?
Yeah. By the way, for those who haven't picked up on it or have not watched our previous warning now, we ramble. That is what we do.
All the fucking time. All the goddamn time. All right, let's go on to Kai. Um,
Okay, Kai, Blue. And here's, strangely enough, another departure from the previous era, strangely enough, and quite a bit this time. I would say Kai is our, strange enough, second lawful good ranger.
I think he's borderline. He's very. No, actually, I agree with you. He's not. He's lawful good, but like not to a point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not like some other characters that we'll see later. But one thing people need to remember about lawful good is that lawful good characters can break the rules. It's just that they tend to be upset about the fact that they have to break them.
Right. Kai is definitely that guy. Though when
Yeah.
push comes to shove, he
Yeah. He's the guy that's like, but the manual says, oh, whatever. Or it's like, a good example is like, but the manual says this. All right. As opposed to someone who's like, but the manual says, okay, whatever, never mind. Okay, let's do this.
yeah.
Versus, oh, the manual says it. I don't care.
Yeah, screw it. Let me just try to center him a little bit more. All right, Maya.
Maya. Rather generic. What would you say?
I'd say she's also neutral good.
Yeah, I'd say neutral good. She's not quite free spirit enough. To warrant chaotic status, I'd say.
No, she's very much. I mean, she has a different personality than Leo for sure, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Yeah,
In terms of like alignment stuff.
yeah, she's essentially goody two shoes nature girl,
Yeah,
essentially female Tarzan.
well, she's Tarzan, but a little bit more straight laced.
Yeah. Yep. But as I said, note Saban are already giving us more things to talk about out than the Zordon era. Don't get me
Right.
wrong, Zordon era is fun and good, but one of the benefits of knowing that you're changing out your cast every season is the fact that congratulations, you're able to actually spend time and give them noticeable story arcs intentionally.
I'm gonna be honest. I completely forgot Green's name.
Is it Damien? I think it's Damien.
Is it Damien? I'll put like something if it's not Damien. He's just kind of forgettable.
I
So,
guess so. But I
like,
do like his he does have at least like he does stand out at least a little bit more. He's like he does give like some pushback, but he is definitely a good character. I'd say not enough to make him chaotic, but
no, he's just a mechanic. That's kind of like his only like real like
thing.
personality trait, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't say he's yeah, pretty much just
Did he
neutral
have
good.
any spotlight episodes?
I'm sure he did, but we've always disclaim on these things. Neither of us have seen these seasons in a while, so it's a little hard to say.
I own the Lost Galaxy DVD. I need to watch that a little bit more. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but I think Damien. I don't know. Look, with a show that's been going on for 25 plus years, you're bound to forget details about insert ranger here. Like, especially
Mhm.
considering what was it, like 25 each season has at least 5 rangers.
Yeah.
I'm not good at math, so
Yeah. It's one of those reasons why um I personally think that some of the better seasons are ones that have having a smaller cast for a show like this might be a better idea going forward, simply because, like, let's be honest, a lot of the time, several of the characters don't really get developed. It tends to be the red and the blue rangers tend to get the development, and maybe the yellow ranger, and then it's like most of the other characters just tend to get left at the sidelines.
right.
Um, I think that one of the reasons why I think why Jungle Fury is talked about when it is that it had 3 rangers for the longest, and a lot of them have pretty good character development.
And then
Pretty
there's
much,
Dominic.
yeah. only one, the only one who's sort of missing a little bit of character development is Lily, but even she gets like 1 or 2 episodes specifically devoted to her like questioning the fact like, am I too nice of a person?
That was a fun episode. I'd say that was kind of a fun episode.
Yeah,
All right, let's go over to Kendrick's next.
Kendricks. I would say neutral good, even though she's a scientist.
Yeah, being
I
Bucky doesn't really like make anyone
Yeah.
like
If I
like
recall, she's
ruffle.
the one that she actually pretty much is the one that gives Leo his a free pass when they realize that something's up.
Right.
In fact, if not for her, Kai probably would have just straight up turned him in right then and there.
Fair. It's just the annoying part is scrunching all these guys down and like putting him. Well, I mean, like the kind of thing that sucks about Kendricks is that like she only has like through notable spotlight episodes, and her second notable spotlight episode is when she dies,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
a little disappointing. But all right, the rounding off the main Galaxy team, we have Corone, which oh, did I pick two Kendricks?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I think what happened was this was supposed to be Corone,
Correct. Yeah, because I
and
think that's actually when she first morphs.
right. Let me just. I'm gonna pretend that none of this happened.
You didn't see anything.
Yep. Just fix that. Pat. Pat. All right. Corone. Just
Corone. I would say I don't remember enough episodes about her, but I would say honestly just neutral good.
no. She definitely is. She has baggage, but her
Yeah.
baggage gets like sidelined like really fast.
Yeah. Um yeah.
I
Not
mean,
enough put her enough into either major category.
yeah. It she pretty much like. I mean, aside for that, like the extent of her character is she just kind of enjoys like just being in the moment,
Yeah.
which is like kind of like a good philosophy for someone who probably killed at least
Several planets worth of people.
yeah, or I was gonna say at least like 10 people. I don't think she probably killed several planets, but yeah,
Maybe not directly, but she's at least given the orders for it.
yeah. It's kind of a little upsetting that we don't really have more to say about I guess these guys, but
Yeah. But like I know I probably sound like a broken record, but like I've pointed out, we already have had more to say about these six than almost the entirety of the previous Rangers.
all
With
right.
most of the other things, about like stories that happen, storylines involving them and whatnot.
Yeah, I'd say chaotic good.
Okay, so is this Magnum Defender
This
or
is
is
Mag
this
Defender. Mike has is his picture. I made sure Mike has his own picture.
honestly? I would almost put Magna Defender original into
Lawful evil, maybe.
either lawful evil or maybe lawful neutral, because I would say lawful neutral would be a better, or either lawful or chaotic neutral, because he really just cares about his mission, and he doesn't give a you know rear end about whatever or whoever gets in his way. So I will accomplish my mission, and that is what drives me. It's one of those things. I think he's far enough gone that I wouldn't even really call him good. He really only fights on the side of good when it happens to align with the concept of kill Scorpius, and that's about it.
That's true. Also, he's got big a lip visor.
So I guess
His visor looks like lips, right?
not really. I see where
I'm
you're
like,
coming from, but
his visor totally looks like whatever.
all right.
Whatever. So I guess we'd say chaotic neutral.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make it bigger because I don't think we're gonna have a lot of these type of guys.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much make them bigger until we need to, until we need to shrink them.
Right. Oh, Mike is way down there.
Yep.
All right, Mike.
So, what would you say? Is he, I'm not sure what to think about Mike.
I'd say
He's,
he's bordering.
yeah, but bordering on which side, lawful or chaotic?
Uh, Lawful. He's very
Yeah.
zen and relaxed, and he kind of he has his like moments where he likes to have fun, but
Mhm.
he's a he's a he's an army officer or
Yeah.
whatever.
Honestly, I think it might be, he might actually be an example of a very good example of the sort of very cookie cutter neutral good, where it's like, yeah, he could follow orders and stuff, but otherwise he's like, oh, someone's in trouble, I will go save them.
Hmm.
He literally just jumps into a portal in the middle of the moon. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like, yeah, he's annoyed that his brother is here, when he, shows up. But otherwise, he really doesn't, you know, there's not that much on, either side. He's more, it's like he's here now. Okay, might as well make the best of that, I guess. Um, yeah, especially considering he's the first one to pull the Quasar Saber from the stone. I would say he's a pretty good example actually of a true neutral good character.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because you have to remember that just because you could take orders does not mean you're lawful good.
Huh.
Sorry about that.
No, that's fine.
Uh,
I just okay. My mouse pad is like teetering on the edge, so just give me a second.
we're all having things fall off our desks tonight, huh?
Well, it's not that. It's just my mouse pad. Like I moved my mouse pad, and then like it just like my mouse didn't really move. So yeah, I mean, you make a good point. You make a good point. All right. Alpha. I'm just gonna. I'm just. I'm just gonna put alpha in neutral good. We've kind of
Yeah,
established.
pretty much the exact same place where he was, last season.
Yeah. Let me just.
Might as well throw Deca in there as well, since into the lawful neutral where Deca was.
Yeah, I was just gonna do that. R.I.P. Deca. By the way.
Yep.
All right.
This season is where Deca dies.
Both Deca and Kendricks die.
Yeah, but Kendrick's gets better.
Yes, because
Both in the sense of the TV and real world, which is kind of fun.
because Deus Ex Machina. Well, okay, good thing that her actor just actually didn't her cancer went into remission, but in terms of like
Yeah, it's like, why in the world would putting the swords back in the stone do anything?
why in the
Like
world
restoring the people of the planet, I get at least a little bit, but it's like she wasn't even on planet.
why would the morphing grid bring back Zordon?
Yeah, that why wouldn't it?
What no
Or
why
like,
would it?
yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
I like that movie, but that plot point was stupid. That I like every time you morph, a dead person can come back to life.
Mm-hmm.
That's the takeaway I got.
Yeah, I
That's
guess.
like, I mean, no, isn't that like
Maybe that's how the monsters keep returning after the Rangers blow them up and then get big.
right? Yeah, they morphed. You you get a second chance.
Mm-hmm.
All right, uh, this guy,
Stand.
yeah. forgot his name.
Yeah, it's Commander Stanton.
See how much I know? I'm a fake fan. I'm the fakest fan of all time.
I would say neutral or lawful. What do you think?
I'd say I'd say neutral because he does like fight back against his superiors from what I remember.
Yeah, it's one of those things that people have to remember that a lot of the time, people in command positions, even though they give orders to other people, actually tend to be in the neutral category.
Right,
And we saw this with a lot of the evil characters last time as well.
right. I'd say yeah, neutral. Uh,
It's actually his advice that gets Kai to reconsider and actually go back and try to, save, the main characters. Which, funnily enough, also gets Kai to technically commit an act of robbery because an act of piracy. Because let's be honest, whoever the Astro Megaship Museum belongs to, unless we're gonna make the argument that it's Damon's personal ship for some reason,
it's not. It's
he
like
did not ask permission to get that thing to even attempt to take off.
yeah. Kai's the biggest crook. He committed grand theft. Starship.
He literally stole a museum.
Yep.
Because like people forget, it's like the Astro Megaship was just parked there as a museum
For several months. It can only be several months because continuity.
Years, depending on like. I would say it's definitely intended to take place several years afterwards.
That can't work out. That just can't work out.
Yeah, I know. I honestly have to wonder if Lost Galaxy was unsure whether or not they would get light speed afterwards. Kind of like how with other seasons before, like they were like just skirting on. It's like, oh, let's see. So it's like they decided to make a direct sequel instead of and it's like worry, and then it's like, okay, we'll worry about what to do if we get renewed after this again.
Right. Technically, the not so distant future is like literally every second.
Yes, it's not so distant.
Yeah. What are you talking about? We didn't lie.
Yeah, everything about that season points to it have supposed to have taken place a bit later, a couple of years later, because otherwise there's no way that's like Damon would have been like, and if we got his name wrong, I'm sorry, people. Oh, we'll just have his name flashing in big print or something hanging at the bottom of the screen.
I'm gonna scream off the top of my lungs. His name is whatever.
Yeah. Is like, yeah, I'm sorry. The thing would have just been flying, as you said, months ago, just a few months ago. So it's like there's no way that no one, that's like he's like, this is a museum, not a spaceship. It's like makes it sound like the thing's been grounded for a decade.
Yeah, which does not work at all. Just gonna bulk and anonymous here, just because just put them at true neutral because that's kind of how they act during this era.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, bulk does appear in Wild Force, so this is slightly more justified than.
Would chaotic neutral make more sense though?
Why?
Because like bulk's more like a go with the flow, relaxed personality.
It doesn't really like.
True neutral are more like people who just don't care about. I wouldn't say anything, but it's like it's like, you know what I mean? It's hard to say.
I'm just gonna do it because he's just kind of there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, we did.
It is a shame. It is a shame that they didn't get used more because it would have been nice seeing these guys interact with the cast quite a bit, especially considering that's like, yeah, probably he's bunking right next to Leo.
Yeah.
Yeah, just imagine like that like days, getting up in the morning. I was like, they stumble out of the two compartments next to each other.
Who the hell are you?
Go to brush their teeth or something.
Who the hell are you? I'm Book. Yeah, I'm Leo. Hey, what's up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You want to do the villains, or you want to just skip to Lightspeed?
I think we did like all the Rangers first last time, so I guess we'll continue with that.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Lightspeed.
So here's a quick question.
Sorry.
How in the world do you think that Leo made his identity public on Marinoy after the events of the season?
I mean,
because
maybe
apparently somehow what's her name? Kelsey? Yeah, I think Kelsey knows about who Leo is.
Oh,
somehow.
Yeah. Maybe Ranger database bullshit. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you're probably right about that.
Like, I guess he figured, like, oh, the powers are away now, and it's like, no one's gonna come after him.
Powers aren't away.
Well, they were. They put them back.
They put them back, but it's not like they're like gone.
Yeah, I guess.
Like they're still like what?
Because he figured they weren't active or anything.
Yeah.